I just put like see that the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fine. That goes here. But the wire, right? Like you just.
Yeah.
How you feel, man?
Good, man.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what are we talking about again?
Prospecting.
So prospecting.
Yeah.
Okay. So prospecting. What does prospecting consist of?
Did we start?
No, it didn't start.
Oh, okay. Prospecting consists of any form of conversation with leads or clients regarding real estate.
Right.
To get more business.
So I will do the introduction.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was introduction. Welcome to the channel, Emil. There you go. So talking about prospecting, my friend, you've been doing it for a long time.
Long time.
So what about today, man? Like any differences in terms of a style of prospect, like the way you kind of approach people, or what's this?
I mean, with the shift in the market that we've all seen, you definitely got to double down on the amount you're doing.
That's fair.
Yeah. In terms of difference, I mean, I'm better now than I was when I started, so conversions are obviously up.
Yeah.
But the activities it's the same old school activities we do. There is some new school activities such as social medias, networking events, those kind of things. But in general, it's any sort of conversation regarding real estate.
I know. So you find it takes obviously more time to get to the real client, I guess, right? Like because there's a lot of tire kickers and kind of people that are kind of lingering around now, like they don't know what the situation, which is understandable.
Okay.
Because the situation is maybe difficult at times for people to understand. But what do you think about 2024?
What am I looking for in 2024? I think the market is going to be pretty similar to how it is now. I mean, interest rates are definitely going to affect what happens in it. But in terms of the activities you do, they gotta remain consistent. Whatever you're doing that's working, continue doing that.
Yeah.
Whatever's not working, innovate and change that to try and make it work in whatever market. As the market shifts, we got to shift as well, right?
Did you do any innovations like when it comes to your personal view and your style of prospecting?
I mean, as time goes by, obviously you got to try and adjust to the times now. So I've incorporated a lot more social media in my business as well.
And you're doing great.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, man. I've definitely incorporated social media a lot more. Networking events, that's something that I want to start doing, going to networking events, meeting people that way, building your network, because it makes a big difference the longer you go in real estate, right?
So let me ask a question. Like people always talk about that, calling and, you're picking up the phone and kind of you do what you got to do. But have people changed, or are they more easygoing? Are they rude? Are they more specific? Do they get faster to the point being on the phone? Or
yeah, it's definitely. I'm pretty sure you see that change too. I mean, people are their attention spans are lower nowadays. So people really want to get to the point. Right? So you got to
tell me what you want. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah. Because they have as much access to information as we do. So we got to try and find ways to be unique and different and always provide value.
Right.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah. So what I'm finding now is like people that are kind of not in the market, they tell you right away.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Like
it's not a maybe is a no, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember a few years back, 3 years, 5 years, 7, whatever years back ago,
yeah,
I had so many maybes, and I know money is in the maybes.
Yeah.
But when they tell me maybe, like I kind of have to go back and I kind of have to reinvent the wheel or try to provide them with value or pinpoint what they're looking for. And I found that I wasted a lot of time. It's never wasted time, but it's just like the fault. It's
spending too much time on.
Yeah. Right? So, but now at least I know. Like people tell me straight up.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it's a lot more like to the point, and people will tell you straight up if they're interested or not, if they're working with somebody or not. It's a lot more, I think, to the point now. So when you do find people that want to work with you, I would say dive fully in. But the money is in the maybes. You're right.
100%. And with Tressa, which is actually changing December 1st, which is actually today. The change, what I found out is you cannot even show a property if you don't have a BRA, a buyer representation agreement.
Yeah.
Which I think it's fair.
I think it's fair too. It saves us as agents a lot of time too. And it also protects buyers and clients from the beginning, right? 100%. I mean, a lot of people, they're showing properties and these people aren't even represented. I mean, it's hard to determine like what's your client and what's not in situations like that, right?
Exactly. And then plus like agents or like I don't even call them clients, I call them like viewers.
Viewers, yeah.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? That they would just take a particular agent, a realtor, and they would just, walk around town and just entertain themselves for a couple of weekends.
Yeah.
And it gives additional stress to the sellers. They have to accommodate their property to the realtor, poor realtor that's spending time and gas and all of that on goodwill, right? And then like everybody is in a deficit. So I believe with Tressa, what I took is that like BRA, and I'm always for that.
Yeah.
Sign a buyer representation agreement. At least I know.
And also from a liability standpoint, it's also better for us and buyers,
100%.
right? So I mean, it's more protected in every sense. I think it's a good thing.
100%.
It's going to change the way real estate's done, though.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's fine. But listen, like people that are here to stay, they will stay.
They will stay, yeah.
Because from the beginning of my career, like a lot of things changed.
Absolutely, yeah.
I remember waiting for a fax to come out.
Yeah.
Right? Sign, and then waiting for a printout of a fax.
Yeah.
So I have an acknowledgement that it's actually sent, all of that nonsense. Right?
I mean, even offer presentations in person. I remember that at the beginning of
I remember that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Being there on time, everything is time sensitive. Like you're sitting with other agents in a room or like in a lobby or something like that. Everybody's eyeing everybody and stuff like. But I personally like that. Like I like that personal.
I agree. I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Like we like sometimes it is good. Like that we don't have to drive for hours to meet our clients for a signature. We can do it,
virtually. Yeah.
Virtually and whatnot. But what would you say, Anil, is the best way, if there is a best way? Door knocking, cold calling, phone, email.
I think it's going to depend on your personality and how you want to run your business. They all work, but like someone that's more outgoing might have more success with door knocking versus someone that's more just numbers and statistics driven might have more success with cold calling. Because at the end of the day, they're both numbers game, but one, you're more in front of people. So that might be better for someone that likes to be out there and visiting people, right? But I think whatever kind of lead generation prospecting you do is going to depend on your personality. They all work. I've seen people even do really well on social media and just push that at the highest level.
You know what I mean?
They all work. You have to do it though.
So to that point, like everything works.
They all work.
Right? Yeah. Ads work. Door knocking works. Facebook ads, Instagram, you name it, everything works. Can you do it at a high level?
That's the thing.
Can you sustain yourself for a long period of time? And can you learn a system? And I want to touch on a system of having scripts in your head, right? A lot of people, they're like, I don't want that. Like, I know what I'm talking about. So do you think scripts are
very important? I mean, I've done a lot of cold calling over the years. So I've noticed, like, you notice patterns with things people are saying. Their objections that they're saying are relatively the same. Like, I'm waiting for, let's say 3 months. Yeah. Summertime, springtime. I'm working with a potential friend. I have this going on. I have that going on. Kids are in school. So you kind of hear the same things over and over again. So scripts, the main purpose that I take from scripts is it teaches you how to handle objections, and it gives you confidence when you're on the phone or when you're in person too, if you know how to handle objections.
But I find like I remember scripting in the beginning of my career. Like I always found those questions to be difficult to ask in my head.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like for example, when are you planning of moving? I'm like, oh my gosh, is that a personal question? or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now as obviously like I'm in the business, and then yourself, like we have experience now. Like it's you should ask that, because if I don't know, how do I know how to help you?
Yeah. And then also, like, the more you uncover early on, the more stress-free the whole process is.
I agree.
If you know their motivation from the start, if you know their timeline when they need to move, what kind of price they need to move, what kind of house they want to buy, if you know all of this at the beginning, your process is going to be way simpler. Because there was times where I was working with people and I didn't ask all the questions I needed to ask. I uncovered it later on, a month into, a month in, I'm like, oh crap, like now I got to go and do all this. And the whole process was way more stressful.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's better to get everything out of the way early, right?
Is there a horror story that you can remember?
There are a few horror stories. I mean, I've had a grandparents couple that was divorcing, and the whole situation was a mess. It's a tough thing to deal with because they're older too, and it just gets messy sometimes, right? So there is horror stories for sure, but the more you uncover early on, again, it does help. And I knew them pretty well, and they told me from the beginning what was going on, so it made it easier for sure.
Sure.
But moving is an emotional process for clients, right? So you have to learn how to handle the emotions for sure.
How about not truthful prospects or clients, or telling you one thing, doing another thing? Have you had that?
It happens quite often. I mean, the better you get at scripting or just prospecting in general, the less it happens, because you can kind of uncover it early on. You can tell when someone's being untruthful or they're wasting your time. But in the beginning, it is tough. I mean, you have to kind of go through it, I feel, to get better at it. But you're gonna have people waste your time. Yeah, I've experienced that. You've experienced that. We all experienced that.
You're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get burned a few times. Yeah, you're gonna get burned.
Like, but that's the whole thing. I mean, like if you're expecting to go through business without being hurt or without pay for that time or school, like you're wasting your time being in a business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you have to go through that. So let me ask you a question now.
Mm-hmm.
iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just like the ecosystem, man. Everything connects seamlessly for me. My iPhone connects to my Mac. I don't have iPad, but it's the same thing. Like, they all integrate into each other. I like it better.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you rather move to the city? Would you rather live in a downtown core city or in a suburb?
Me personally, I'd rather live in a city, especially from a work perspective too. I mean, we're in the NBA of real estate when you're in the city, right? When you're in Toronto or New York, these big cities, you're in the NBA of real estate. So it's a lot different of a ball game here versus the suburbs, right? So
another question: 4-door car or coupe, 2-door?
I mean, I like coupes.
Any particular one on top of your head?
I used to have a Honda S2000. Remember that?
S2000.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a little formula.
Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. That's a go-kart, right?
Wow. Anyways, Anil, thank you so much.
No problem.
I appreciate you being here and continue to do great work.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you too.
Thanks for coming.